Yes, yes. So I hope you did the work. See, this is the second session on current affairs. So those who missed the first, you can see in the YouTube channel. But today, the main intention is to, help you out to identify which are the important areas in newspaper. Okay. So as I told you, in 10 minutes, you must be able to tell whether the issue is important or per newspaper. We should be able to. So first, doesn't matter which newspaper it is, fine, it's all about identifying the important issues that is there. So to begin with, US trade deal, India still targeting July date. Now you tell, is it important? See, the first thing is, the moment you see United States India, we feel it's important, IR issue or not. But the point you say, what is it? India still targeting July deadline. We are not sure whether we will follow or not. Is it present or is it future? Future. Whenever it is future, don't read. Okay. You should read only when it is in that particular part. You see, next one. Bihar cabinet makes domicile must for women's job quota. Another important thing I told you, whenever you are looking at any of the headlines, at least language must be familiar to you. You must be able to understand what they are trying to tell. Domicile is the place where the person's residence. Okay. So now the point is, from last 2 3 days, if you have seen, election commission is also talking about, changing the things in Bihar. So here, is this an important issue? Is it state specific issue, or is it entire India specific, state specific? Then is it important? Then the second thing is, can we use it as an example? Okay. So the point is, issue looks important because it is about women. Okay. You get lot of examples, essays, ethics and all, where you may have to write about these. So at this point of time, you can just make it as a, just a headline to tell that Bihar introduced this particular thing. That's it. To give as example, not the intention is not to read in detail how much percentage, what and all is not required. It's just about the issue. I told you, the moment city comes into picture, don't waste your time. You see, states. Yes, you tell me. MNS, Shiv Sena, is that important? Okay. But you see, MNS holds Marathi Pride Rally. Okay. See the issue. What is MNS doing? Marathi Pride. Is it anywhere associated with regionalism? Yes, associated with regionalism. I don't want you to know the issue in detail, but at least you should write while writing regionalism, right? You can just use the term. Recently in Maharashtra, MNS went for Marathi Pride. These examples will help. So the problem with these type of things is, they look not important, but these are fundamentalist activities. Okay, fundamentalist activities. Today, along with this, let's see where you can use. That means where the cases can be used. If you can analyze that as well in the syllabus, which part of the syllabus this comes, can you try? Where do you put it? Society? Apart from society, anywhere else? Post independence? MNS holds rally, government policies. Society to some extent makes sense. Polity? Can you have? Polity, governance? Yes. Okay. What will you talk in polity? See, you should not be writing all the syllabus. Looks like everything matches, but the point is, specifically you tell. Now, if polity is done, yes. right to demonstrate. See, you will always have protests, right? It's languages, okay, discrimination, okay. Then guys, in third paper, paper 3, economy, science and technology, disaster management, internal security. Is this internal security? Can you use in ethics? In ethics, when you talk about, like, someone is trying to break the country, someone is trying to create some aspect that can come. I know this is a, like, beginning classes, you can't get that, but I'm just trying to tell, don't go to the extent of interlinking if you're not comfortable. I have seen some people making notes where they try to divide the notes into paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4, and they add current affairs into it. And the point is, you also will not be aware where it actually fits. So that's the reason. First, you just try to identify whether something makes sense or not. You see, 3 students killed. Important. Over 400 suspected illegal migrants rounded up in Odisha for verification. Important. So it is about what? Okay. Will you read the article in detail or only example? So what happens? Examples keep on increasing. These are very minute incidents at local level. If you feel everything looks important, that's the main intention, to know what is important and what is not important. Because any statement you see, I can connect it with something in the syllabus and tell you this is important because of this. How many examples will you write? Will you be able to write full, like, in your police rounded in Odisha 400 illegal migrants? Will that fit in any answer? Anywhere? The previous one fits in. The previous one fits in MNS because it is about regionalism. And very rare you get examples. And that too, it's a rally, Maratha pride rally. You use it. See, this is where I'm telling you, don't start feeling everything is important. The class is not intended to teach you current affairs. It's more about how to identify. You see, foreigners tribunal notice. Mamta calls for joint fight against BJP's divisive policies. Okay. Not required because it is by whom? Mamta Banerjee. Okay. Politicians not important. See, teachers in UP protest. You tell me, no more backbenchers. The film inspires change in Kerala schools. Now you think, is it important? Yes. Does that bring some change? Is it change in mindset? Yes. They form ethics. Okay. That you can use, definitely. So now, Ghosh meets new BJP state chief. You tell. One teacher fainted while doing protest in West Bengal. No. JNU SU president hospitalized. Suspect in Kemka murder killed in gunfight with police. 2 CRPF men injured in IED blast. These are all, every day there will be some or the other attack across the country. That's what I'm telling. Just because you feel, okay, it can be related to something, don't waste. Maximum 10 minutes you must be able to remove. You see, against states. Yeah. Shumaga woman dies in ritual. Karnataka government waits for central nod for 3 water projects. Okay, they're waiting for permission. Let them get permission or let government say no to permission. Then the issue becomes important. Okay, if they are waiting, it's not important. Nationwide general strike to affect life in Kerala. Strike will affect life. Is it important? No. BJP, ensure adequate urea supplied to meet agricultural needs. Revant to center. See, there's a lot of interstate they will be requesting. You give me this, you give me that, and all. Those things are not important. Rare great hornbill sighting in, what do you pronounce? Ilumala sparks renewed calls for biodiversity conservation. Is it important? Yes. What all will you see? What all will you see? Now, this becomes important. Because environment and ecology, science and technology, purely current affairs based. What all will you write? What species will you write? What is the information that you collect? Becomes important. See, what is the first thing? It's about the bird. Okay. So, is it vulnerable? Critically endangered? Endangered? It comes under sites? Does it come under CMS? Okay. My request is, after writing those down, right? Open your class notes. Read those basic terms. What is sites? What is CMS? When was sites formed? Okay, just 5 minutes, revise. The reason is, at a time, last minute, if you sit with these class notes, you won't be able to understand. So let's say schedule 1 of WPA 1972. Okay. So what is schedule 1? More punishment, fine. What is vulnerable? What is the meaning of vulnerable under IUCN? Vulnerable under IUCN means, in the last 10 years, more than 50% of the species must have been died. In the next, 100 years, 10% of the species must have died. There must be 10,000 mature species present. You should be aware to tell critically endangered means what, endangered means what, vulnerable means what. I'm talking, I didn't tell about any subject. Environment, science and technology. The moment rocket launching comes into picture, immediately you should see what is PSLV, what is GSLV, what is the difference. Traditional notes, go back and check, because these are factual data. Remember, art and culture, ancient and medieval, science and technology, environment and ecology, weakest of all. Almost all the students, no one can cross beyond 50% in this papers. Anyone, whatever you do, until and unless it's pure luck where you read something and the same thing came. So at this point, keep on revising the basics. Second, which area? Elumala. Okay, where is it? Is it part of anything? What is the speciality of that area? I know that time when you're preparing for newspaper, you might not find so much time to do the research. Okay, so my point is, write this. Write this in your notes. Leave it for future. Okay, weekend, whenever you have time, keep 1 hour of your week only for revising these type of information. Spend time in searching. Learn more about it. It's fine. That will help. If you don't do that, they keep on accumulating. And please don't rely on someone's material. See, I'm telling you, in the month of April, you come to me and ask, sir, I have not made notes till now. What to do? Current affairs, I have not made notes. What to do? Read some magazine. Can't help. Okay. Now, if you start thinking, can I read someone's material next year? What is the guarantee that you will get to know? And when you read all these informations without your knowledge, you get to know many factual data which UPSC asks. And those people will not have time to fill those. Environment, science and tech. Ensure these two you are taking mostly from the newspapers. Okay. Then KTR, Kavita. Okay. You see, as I told, I don't want you to see them, but see the word. What the neutral cleanup of Bihar's poll rolls really is. What is the meaning of neutral cleanup? Are you getting the point? So I know you might have not read the issue, but the point is, if you can't understand a line, That means you're not prepared. At least you should have the sense of understanding a headline. That is expected of any student, right? So words like this, at least try to see what they are talking to know the heading. I don't want to read this person. Why? She is a professor. Don't read professors and all. Don't waste your time. But the point is, at least the terminologies. See, uh, no IFS officer used the term geopolitics, geoeconomics, geostrategic. No one used. Professor used it. But at least you should be aware what is the meaning of geopolitics, geostrategy. These terms, if you are not aware, it would be very difficult. So you're reading newspaper mostly for what? Terms at least. Language, if you can't improve, it's of no use. Second, like everyone has phones. Like you have good phones actually. You can actually keep timers whenever you read paragraphs. Okay. First, keep 10 minutes, and in 10 minutes, the only work is to identify. Okay, don't do anything else. Sit 10 minutes, identify. You read them in breaks, I'm fine with it. Don't keep 1.5 hour newspaper, because I know your problem is first half an hour you'll be highly focused. After that you get bored. And that too, after reading editorial, you won't read anything else. Like, too much of information and too much of English. You won't understand. So I'm telling you, read in breaks, it's fine. 10 minutes in between, I'm bored. You just open, identify and keep. Once you identified, you write down what all you identified, and that is your notes. You keep it ready. Immediately, what you do whenever you get break, those topics must be covered at any cost. Let's say today you couldn't read, but you identified 5 articles. Immediately, you take pictures of those articles which is left. Ensure that in that week, sometime you're finishing it. Send it keep your one WhatsApp group of your own, like which have not read. You write something like which I have never read or which I have to complete. You keep on posting what you have not done there. Without your knowledge, you realize, yes, these are the things I need to do. It's just reminder for yourself. These are not difficult, but the point is you don't have time. I understand. When you're reading statistics, suddenly you don't want to sit and spend time, right? And the problem is once you open internet to see, there are many other apps which will motivate you, so that's gone. 1 hour is gone. Later you realize, rather than reading newspaper, it's better to read something because it's not moving. Don't do research whenever you are into these aspects. Just sit and identify. You see this again. He's General Secretary of Communist Party of India. I told you, political parties, politicians not required. But in the last class also I told you, what is this? These two. Should you read? Yes. Terms, guys. Work on the terms. You see, something like new humanitarian city. They are planning for new humanitarian city. Words, if you can identify, language enriches. I know many students who write answers either in mentorship or in PSAR. When I look at that, your language is too simple. Okay, you're not writing bad, but the point is, there is a way to. I am seeing a lot of people who cleared prelims for writing names also. Their language is also not so good. They just read certain things and try to write. When you see toppers copies some language, you see the way the words they use. You have to build the vocabulary, and that is in this too. These two vocabulary becomes very, very important. If possible, take time weekly, at least 2 days, 10 minutes. These articles you try to write. Okay, so those people who are writing answers for the questions that we are sending, like PSAR, you are writing test series, fine. Every week you'll have, but for mentorship students where we are seeing uh, current affairs based questions, right? Ensure that you are going through these aspects. At least 3 questions you are writing those, 2 questions you write these. That helps you. Just ensure these two. That's it. Read it, write the gist. And while writing the gist, write all the keywords. Mandatorily write the keywords. Okay. We'll keep one book only for words. What words you learned from, like, newspaper? You tell me. Yeah. ECI does not have unfettered powers. Former Secretary General of Lok Sabha. Is he important? Yes. So when something like that, officers are associated with that, if they write, it makes more sense. Okay. Please read such type of articles. You see, GVR Subbarao, Hindu newspaper, not required. Okay. Then, see, what will be the effect of rising military spending? Okay. I know this much information to read, at least 20 to 25 minutes you take, right? But they only will give gist. And in the gist, some data will be given. For example, you see, according to CIPRI, okay, global military spending was $2,718 billion in 2024. You ask, where do you get data? How to fill the data? These are the data. Okay. Without these data, you cannot write answers. So ensure that first. You see, the latest budget of the United Nations is only $44 billion. But the UN in 6 months has only received $6 billion, and as a result, seeking to reduce the budget to $29 billion. All these are factual data that help in answering. Okay. Then you see this, tell me. Fostering innovation from business models to deep tech. Is it important? Is it science and technology? What is the meaning of deep tech? And that's what I'm seeing. Whether how many are aware? The terms, guys, they play with this. Okay. Just have a glance of these things. Don't waste your time. Now you tell. India Brazil partnership is relevant for the world. Modi. Yes, you see. This is not international relations. News page. I already told you, IR related anything, if it comes in news page, it is from India point of view. Read when Prime Minister speaks something. You have to write the same things, especially Brazil, because of what G20, right? And then High Court denies, sorry, BRICS. Yes. High Court denies relief. Is it important? I told you, courts. Judgment is important. Other things you leave. Terror attack accused in India used online payment services, e-commerce sites. FATF. Now you tell. Who is, what is FATF? Financial Action Task Force. Have they given how they have used, like, technology? Is that cyber security? Cyber terrorism? Can you give an example? Is it said by some police or an international organization? Does it have credibility if you write? Yes. So that you should always mention. That too, it is not occurring somewhere outside the world. It is occurring in India. So last week, you people wrote answers about digital payments, digital economy, right? So there was a question on ethics in digital economy, like, digital platforms. What are the ethical issues involved in digital platforms? Now, none of the students were aware that it can be used in terrorism. No one wrote that it can be used in terrorism, right? So here you tell me, is it an ethical issue? If digital payments are used for terror issues, is it internal security? Ethical issues as well. So those becomes important. Examples. When you write answers, you should have clarity of what you're picking from where. Guys, I'm telling you, trust me, the moment one mains topic is over, like society is done, polity is done. If you have prepared for mains, not for prelims, people who prepare for prelims always look everything from prelims point of view. Your mindset will be what? History, polity, economy, geography, in this it fits or not. environment, science and tech, will it fit or not? The moment you complete one mains topic, let's say polity itself, if you complete polity from mains point of view, you would have seen all the PYQs, you would have made notes of all the PYQs. The moment that is done, you understand that this line can be used in that type of question. That interlinking comes only when you complete mains topics. If you don't complete mains topics, interlinking never comes. If you have not read internal security, you don't have notes of internal security. This information is just another information for you. Even if you write, you don't know where exactly to add. So, evolving subjects, internal security, international relations, ethics, because examples you keep getting in ethics. So, after every topic, leave at least 5 to 10 pages or write in such a book where you can add the pages, so that, like, these type of information keeps on coming. 1 year you work, there is no need of any other preparation. Your mains preparation is completely done, but before that, at least you should know what is there in the syllabus, what are the PYQs and where you will add. Without doing that, students are doing the big mistake of just reading newspaper. Complete, you will evolve. The moment ethics is done, everything looks ethical. You understand, actually, this can be used in ethics. While moving around, you see something somewhere on the wall. Every day you are coming. I'm just trying to tell, like, even those codes you can use. Ethics has scope for everything. This is the difference. Complete means then you see the way you read newspapers. You tell me Navy inks packed with DEL to boost coastal security. Is it about to do, or are they doing already? See, Navy inks, that means they are doing. If anything is being done, it's important. Navy plans is not important. Navy is already doing. For example, uh, what is it talking about? You see, read about it. Who is it? BL, Bharat Electronics Limited, for the execution of National Maritime Domain Awareness Project. So, which two are working? Forget about BL. But what is it about? Coastal security. Second, what is it? National Maritime Domain Awareness Project. Okay, now you see, type in your mobile, search National Maritime. How many of you heard this project before? Okay, good. You write National Maritime Domain Awareness Project. For those people, don't type UPSC who came today. You got which websites is there? Open. Did you find? Is it there about the project? Go back, go back and see any other ministry website. Navy, Ministry of Home Affairs. You have Ministry of? Yes. See, now you tell me, if they ask you 10 marks question on this word, National Maritime Domain Awareness Project, or in prelims, if they ask, most of the people don't know. Second thing, even if you are aware, you don't know the keywords. Knowing is different. See, this is a new term. That's what I'm telling you. If you are reading, know what they are. Yes, will that be important in writing answers? They can directly ask you, what is the maritime security project India is doing? 10 marks question. Okay, what will you do? Because see, 2008 terror attack occurred, right? 15 years. What did you learn? What measures have you taken? Questions will be on the basis of those. So anytime you should have the thing. Don't get stuck by BL, Navy. than that the project becomes important, why they are funding. And see, don't ever try to sit and write down completely. Send these things, and today photocopy is not very costly. Don't read in, like, mobiles much. Have printouts. Learn that. CSAT, do you do in mobile? There's another problem. Until and unless it's really required, don't read in mobiles, especially articles. Keep newspaper, it's fine. I know you have money issue, you don't have money. Like, even then, right? Ask your friend, get me photocopy. Do it. No one will say no, right? The problem is you won't put the effort. You will think who will go till there and all. Weekly once you go, collect it. Read it from papers. I'm telling you guys, the way you read it, the way you underline helps you in CC. Okay. You make, for example, you saw a new word. If it's in the paper, can't you make what is the meaning of the word? In mobile, will it be able to do? Second thing, the moment you close, PIB open, you close. It's done. You will never open again because every day you get. When will you read? You won't segregate as well. On top of the paper, write internal security and leave. You can add it in the notes. You can read later also. Please collect information. You you saw these, right? Some of the articles you are seeing. Okay. Let's take next to two monthly magazines. I'm telling you, next to two monthly magazines. And check in which monthly magazines these issues are covered. Okay. You get to know whether they are covering the important and relevant things or not. Monthly magazines are busy in other issues. Bricks. You see, everyone will be about bricks. UPSC knows. No bricks. Okay. Then what happens? You just search top 10 issues in India. You will get to know what everyone has done. Apart from that, if you ask anything else, people don't know. You see, every website has bricks. Have you seen? Every website talks about bricks. Every website talks about US. Every website talks about what is the impact, everything. Yes. Just check in YouTube or anywhere how many are talking about these projects. After coming out of the exam, feeling that this might have come from here. Acha, I missed it. This was there in this website. This was there in this. No use. While preparation itself, you should. Okay. Then Bihar, still election goes on. One page will be dedicated to that. That's why reading newspaper is very easy, because in India, election will be there. Like, over 45% enumeration forms for SIR collected. Special intensive revision of electoral rolls. Bihar roll revision. 5 of 11 documents do not display date or place of birth. Have you seen last time also when we met? This time also. Is it all about which cards? Okay. Now you tell me you have 10th mark sheet, 12th mark sheet, degree marks, and electoral voter ID, PAN card. Okay. Which of this is used as address proof? Which of these is used as address proof? 10th marks, voter ID, voter ID is used. Already, if you have, it's fine. Because voter ID is on two things: constituency, right? And also face. But than face, what is more important? Which constituency you are voting. The purpose is more of 10th, date of birth. 10th is mostly used for what? Guys, entire India is debating which document to use. UPSC, I don't know if you carry that particular one at that time or not. Passport will have what? Passport is used for what? What all purposes? No, no, I'm asking proof. Address proof, then identity. The only where, certificate where your name will be elaborated is your, like, what do you call, passport. Just check. See, this is where I'm telling. Don't worry about reading everything. Every day you are seeing these aspects. Just see what all cards you have. What is it used for? And I think that's basic minimum common sense that as citizens we should be aware. Tomorrow you are the officers. You will check identity card. You show. You tell someone. Okay, he'll give 10th mark sheet or something. You should be aware whether it's acceptable or not. If not, your higher officer will tell, Acha, you accepted this. You don't know which document is for what. This becomes common sense. This becomes common sense. Every one of us have, but we use everything for everywhere. Railways, which one is used? This, which one is used? What are they looking for? You never know. UPSC goes to these basic questions where it is confusing for most. We feel so. Okay, just be careful because it is national issue as of now. What all elections will go for this one, like electoral rules. Center says several unions have backed off from today's strike. Public Accounts Committee tells DGCA to hold a complete safety audit of all aircraft. Is it important? They have not given report, but who is looking into it is important. Okay, definitely you will have some question on, like, overall aspects in one form or the other. Okay, safety can also be asked. Congress questions PM silence. X counters ministry statement says government order Reuters block. Don't worry. BJP accuses. Countrywide survey reveals deficits in students' learning. Is it important? Is it data? Yes. Vitamin D deficiency poses public health challenge. Experts. See the two things different. Okay. This is said by some experts who don't know. This is given by survey. What is more relevant? Survey. Experts will keep on talking something. You do until and unless it is a report. You can't say, because see, this will be induced by people. Now, for example, TGPSC is planning to give notification in November. Experts. Who is that expert? Like, so institutions will tell newspapers to release certain things so that students will come and join. Vitamin D deficiency, someone is telling, who is that? Doctors are telling. So you have to take particular medicine. You need to eat certain things that they will promote. So if you keep reading and writing those things, right? Who is telling us is important. See, nearly 600 Ekalavya school students cracked IIT JEE and NEET, says Tribal Affairs Ministry. One of the most repeated topic in mains is tribes, right? Tribes. Measures taken to improve tribal community is one of the most repeated one. Women, children, tribes, Dalits. These four become society, right? These four become society. Anything about minority data, you have to collect. That will be helpful in internal security also. It will be helpful in essay as well. Okay. Then OUP launches Oxford Big Read Global Challenge to promote reading and literacy. Don't worry. Uber may implement social security code by the end of this year. What is the meaning of social security code? Are you getting? Just if you can understand the term, that's enough. No need to go in detail. Just what exactly is the meaning of the social security code? Ride hailing service in talks with center on how to go about enforcing the legislation. Specifics of funding need to be decided. Who is going to give and what exactly will be given? See, NSC F&O volumes tip on Jane Street crackdown. See guys, due to some issues, Sensex rises, decreases. Don't keep bothered about those. You see, EV sales, not important. Scindia as Cisco, not important. Personal, not important. Companies, not important. You see, auto part industry seeks national strategy on critical materials. You might have heard China is not giving certain critical minerals to us. What is the meaning of critical minerals? That can be a question. What are critical minerals can be a question. Okay, next. World. Trump Netanyahu take lap of victory to mark Iran's strikes. Okay. International relations, I told you. World. Please don't read in detail. Headings, if you understand, that's fine. Trump Netanyahu, Israel, Iran. That's it. 5 Israeli soldiers killed. Israeli strikes kill 51 Gazans. Not required. Killing is going on. ICC seeks arrest of Taliban leaders over women's persecution. Okay. Iran denies requesting for talks with US. German court rules at risk Afghan family. Macron calls for the UK and Europe to de-risk ties with America and China. Not required. Don't waste your time in those. Is India related anywhere? The moment India is there, you see. Else, if any killing or anything happens, place becomes important. Those places you rely. Beyond that, don't waste. Sports, don't worry. Science. NIPGR's gene edit rice has better phosphate uptake, more yield. Okay, just look at the crop, what is being done. That's it. Okay, what processes are used? Nothing beyond. Fine. Sierra Leone islanders despair as rising ocean threatens survival. Which island? Due to climate change, what is submerging? Place is important. That's it. Sierra Leone is in Africa. Yes. It's just one more newspaper we'll quickly do. Now let's ensure in 10 minutes we do. Just let's read. I don't want to link now. Yes. ED searches 11 locations in donkey route case. You just need to know what is donkey route. No need to know where they are searching. 12 killed as key bridge collapses in Vadodara. Place, bridge and the river. Okay. Place, bridge and river. Nothing more than that. You tell me, no decision yet on updating NPR along with census. What is NPR? National Population Register. We are not linking it with census. Read this once, population. Next 1 year, population they are planning. Please read the data according. All the analysis because it's been 15 years. City. City news, don't worry. States you tell. TMC claims migrant workers from Bengal illegally detained in Odisha. TMC is a political party. Is it important? No. Proceeds of crime added to conversion case in Uttar Pradesh. Conversions in Uttar Pradesh. Is that important? You tell me. Officer assault case, Odisha BJP. ASI allows retired TN archaeologists to prepare report on Keeladi excavations. Yes. Meeting in Delhi to resolve SYL issue. Sutlej Yamuna link canal issue. Important. Okay. See who is meeting. What is the project all about? Once. You tell me. Medics threaten stir over Maharashtra move to allow homeopaths to practice allopathy. Don't worry. Protest, some issues will be there. Local issues will be there. Breaking bad in Rajasthan. 2 teachers arrested for running clandestine drug lab. Okay. See, someone did crime. Someone did something. You can't waste time in such a big country to read about small issues that occur in different parts of the world. Okay. Focus on bigger issues. You see, Sena MLA, slaps canteen staff. Revised Maharashtra special public security bill likely to be tabled. You see, have they passed? Likely to be tabled. Tender for renovation of Delhi CM's house cancelled. Following row film rename. National, no need of reading what? Shutdowns and all. Workers join stir in Haryana. 4 dead and 28 admitted to hospital in Telangana after consuming adulterated toddy. You are living in Telangana. So read, like, what you should not eat. That's it, not beyond. Like, woman who died in quarantine tests negative for Nipah. That means she was quarantined telling you had Nipah, but she did not had. Okay. Formulate rules to check unnecessary postmortem not required. Efforts on to save Nimisha from death row. Negotiators in Yemen. She's arrested in some killing case. They are planning to bring her out. Prison radicalization case. NIA gets 6-day custody of 3 accused. Very important. NIA is what? Is it associated with terrorism? Yes. Read about it and collect data. It will be helpful in one form or the other. Kerala High Court quashes exam results. Yeah. See here. Israel has failed to solve the Persian puzzle. It is written by a guy from Hindu news. Totality. A spokesperson, AIDA. Okay, political party spokesperson not required. These two I told you read once. The end of humanity. Development economist based in Ranchi. Okay, it's actually in India. Okay, ideologically he is left wing, criticizes government, but his economic policies are admired a lot. Okay, if you leave also it's fine, but you can read. They criticize, but in a sensible manner. They give data and criticize. Okay, the most important economist. Time to halt forceful acquisition of land. Delhi's refueling ban, simple policy but imprecise. Okay, don't worry about these things. How can cat bonds plan for natural disasters? You tell me, is this important? Will they ask cat bond?